Hey everybody, it's Larry with a Shop Tips Tuesday. It's our first ever Shop Tips Tuesday. And you're asking yourself right now, what is a Shop Tips Tuesday, aren't you? So Shop Tips Tuesday is one of those things that we are gonna start hosting on a weekly basis, where we're gonna start walking you things like using a micrometer, using a caliper, how to use a micrometer, when to use a caliper, those types of things. Also, where to source material. In today's case, that's what we're gonna talk about, where to source material. So sourcing material, you can get it from a million places, of course, but we have a couple of favorites that we like to use. Our local favorites are your box stores, you know, Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, that type of place, because they have plastics and metal and woods. Mainly the woodcraft is what you would find there. You can find the plastics and metal. They're a bit higher in price, but if you need it today, they've got it. One of my favorites is Menards, because it's right down the street from us, so we go there to get anything from our hardwoods that we typically do our machining with, to our plastics, little low plastics, low thickness plastics, anything under a 1/4 inch. We can get opaque and clear polycarbonate and acrylic plastics from them. Now going on to local suppliers, you may want to check out your local yellow pages or find local companies that specialize. We have Meyer Plastics down the street. They specialize in plastics, so we're always going down and talking with Brian and picking through his cut stock, his leftover stock, and he usually gives us a good rate on that. We get rid of some of his cut pieces or drop pieces, and he gets to get rid of them. So at a decent price. So we use those. Another thing is go out and meet your local machinists in the area. Some people may do strictly stainless. Some people might do titaniums or aluminums. Meeting them sometimes is a way to get in and get their, what we call drops in the business, is their leftover material. They've already billed to the customer pretty much all of that material, so now you can get it usually at a discounted rate, and don't be surprised if they just tell you take it and get out of here. Get out of here, kid. That type of stuff. So another good place for wood is finding pallets that are in the back of businesses. Many places will just give them to you, and many pallets are made out of oak or a hardwood of that type. Those make great wood pieces, so you can go out and just pry them apart and run them through a planer or something like that. Now you've got some good wood that you can throw on your mill or your lathe or whatever, and make a lot of parts. Going online, getting away from the local guys and the hardware guys, we're gonna go online, and we'll start off with the metal guys. My two favorites are Speedy Metals. We've used them for years, and the second one is Online Metals, and we go more with the Online Metals. They're through ThyssenKrupp, and ThyssenKrupp's one of the largest metal suppliers in the nation, and we use them now because we're doing a higher volume. As you can see from the bar stock behind us, we're turning over a lot more volume, so we need to go with somebody who can supply that. Speedy Metals is perfect for you guys, specifically in the classroom, because they specialize in small volume amounts of metals. And you can get everything from stainless to aluminum to brass and cast iron from those guys. So get online and check them out at speedymetals.com or onlinemetals.com if you're getting a larger volume supplier trying to do a production run. Now, away from that, let's get into the plastic supply. Plastic supply houses, there are two that I use. One is Tap Plastics. They're one of my favorites, as a matter of fact, and they sell everything from glues and adhesives to the plastic sheets, as well as castable urethanes, those types of things. So getting on their website and finding their materials is fantastic. Acme Plastics is another good one. They sell the sheet stock and all, and those are great. And sometimes their prices are a bit higher than what you would find locally, or sometimes you have to buy a little bit more volume, but that's just kind of what I found with plastics. Plastics, you usually have to get a larger sheet, even though you only need a smaller quantity. Okay, and my last two places are two of my favorites. These ones, when we first started using them, they were a bit pricey, but since have come down. And the best part about them is they're local or semi-local. Usually you can get most of their stuff shipped in next day, and that's where we're at. We either comes from Evansville or Chicago, and I'd say 99% of the things that we order through them come in next day. That is Mcmaster and MSC, and you can go to MSC Direct or go to Mcmaster.com. And the nice part about it is Mcmaster is where we usually get a lot of our hardware stuff, so bolts, fasteners, that type of stuff, but they also have some of the plastics and the metals that you could get. I would go more towards MSC Direct, and with MSC Direct, make sure you get online and sign up with an account for them. Give them a call and make sure that they understand that you're a business, so that they can extend their discount rates to you, because in many cases their prices online are much higher than the prices for a business or an education center. So with that, that's going to end our very first Shop Tips Tuesday. And be sure to click like and subscribe below. And don't forget to hit the alarm button so you can get a notification every time we put out a new video. Also, since this is our very first Shop Tips Tuesday, if you've got a tip or if you've got a question, shoot them to us because I want to hear about it and I want to give you answers. So I've been in the business for 21 years. Chances are I've seen it or I've heard about it. So don't forget to put those in the comment section and I'll look forward to hearing you. Until then, I'll see you on the next Shop Tips Tuesday.